Assalamualaikum and good evening. You're down with me, Yusuf Shukri, for TVS Nightline. We begin with this story. The passing of the late Puan Sri Datin Amma Lim KHENG, a prominent woman leader and one of the pioneers of Sarawak's female political leadership since the 80s, has left a deep impact on members of the state cabinet. Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunopeng, described her as a significant figure who not only stood firmly behind her husband, the late Tan Sri Datuk Amma Sim Keng Hong during his tenure as Deputy Chief Minister, but also played key roles in the Sarawak Minister's wife's charity body Sabati and the Sarawak United People's Party SUPP.
Sebenarnya Puan Sri sangat baik dengan masyarakat dan pada kita khususnya badan isteri-isteri menteri Sabati. Ini adalah kehilangan seorang anggota yang telah banyak menyumbang kepada peranan yang telah dimainkan oleh isteri-isteri menteri. Dan saya dan rakan-rakan sudah tentu merasa juga kehilangan Puan Sri.
He spoke to the media after paying his last respects to the late Puan Sri on Tuesday evening. The final respects ceremony was also attended by Deputy Premier Datuk Ahmad Douglas Sukahambas, Sarawak Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts Datuk Seri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, along with several other members of the state cabinet. Sarawak Deputy Premier Datuk Ahmad Dr. Sim Kui Hian is widely seen as capable of carrying forward the legacy of his late mother, Puan Sri Datin Amma Lim KHENG, in leading the SUPP, which marks its 66th year and remains a steadfast force in the state's political landscape. Former Sarawak Deputy Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi George Chan Hong Nam said that during her time, his mother always ensured that every party member received the attention and support they deserved.
So, whatever it is, I suppose we will all miss her for the time she has spent with us in SPP. As far as Dr. Sim is concerned, I think he has done a very good job for SPP, and I think he will continue to do a good job for SPP.
He added that as the wife of the late Sim Keng Hong, she exemplified how spousal support plays a crucial role in politics. The late Lim KHENG passed away yesterday at the age of 88, leaving behind two children, Dr. Sim and Sim Kui Lian, as well as two grandchildren, Ensign Sim Chan Kai and Simpson Sim Chan Yao. Meanwhile, the Royal Malaysian Customs Department Bintulu has thwarted an attempt to smuggle 103.46 kilograms of shabu worth 3.31 million ringgit during a baggage inspection operation at Bintulu Airport earlier this month. Sarawak Customs Director Datuk Nurizan Yahya said officers flagged 4 pieces of luggage after suspicious images appeared on the airport baggage scanner, leading to a thorough search by the Enforcement Operations Team and Airport Customs personnel. 2 men, aged 22 and 26, were arrested during the inspection.
Hasil pemeriksaan rapi yang dijalankan dan disaksikan oleh orang yang disyaki, didapati 4 buah bagasi telah menemukan sebanyak 100 bungkusan plastik yang mengandungi ketulan-ketulan kristal yang disyaki sebagai dadah jenis shabu. Shabu merupakan dadah berbahaya yang disenaraikan di bawah bahagian 3 jadual pertama Akta Dadah Berbahaya 1952. So, modus operandi bagi kes ini ialah menyelundup masuk dadah berbahaya ke Sarawak dengan menyembunyikannya dalam bagasi penumpang.
Nurizan told reporters at a press conference on Tuesday that the case reflects a well-used trafficking strategy of concealing contraband inside checked baggage. The case is now being investigated under Section 39B(1) of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952, which carries the death penalty or life imprisonment and at least 15 strokes of the cane if the death sentence is not imposed. In a similar development, the army successfully foiled an attempt to smuggle illicit cigarettes and onions worth 832,500 ringgit at the Serikin border this evening at about 5:45 p.m. under Op Keris Parang. The Eastern Field Command Headquarters said in a statement that they detected the suspicious movement of several lorries using an ungazetted route from the Indonesia-Malaysia border. Swift action by the army led to the detention of 4 suspects without any incident. 3 of them are Indonesians, while the other is a local man. Further inspections on the lorries found 21,600 cartons of illicit cigarettes worth 648,000 ringgit, 900 sacks of onions worth 31,500 ringgit, and 4 lorries worth 153,000 ringgit. The suspects and the seized items have been handed over to the Bau Police Headquarters for further investigation under the relevant laws. On to national development, Prime Minister stands firm on grounds that Malaysia is not bound to halt any negotiations or trade with other countries, even after signing the US-Malaysia Agreement on Reciprocal Trade ART with the US. Though there is a tantamounting pressure from the US in strategic sectors such as rare earth, semiconductor and currency, Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim says Malaysia will maintain its sovereignty on monetary policy and strategic investment decisions.
Local currency denomination dalam trade dengan China, jalan. Dengan Thailand, jalan. Dengan Indonesia, jalan. Diteruskan atau tidak? Diteruskan. Jadi masa nak marah kita pasal ART gadai apa? Masih berjalan. Dan cuma Amerika kata boleh dalam itu share consult bermaklum. Kita maklum. Okey. Tetapi kalau dipikirkan nak teliti 1-2 perkataan, saya tak ada masalah. Saya tidak masalah. Cuma saya tidak setuju mengatakan kita gadai, kita teliti. 3 contoh ini, Tan Sri betul, paling penting. Rare earth, semiconductor, currency. Kerana ini yang diberi penekanan besar.
Anwar's response came after a question submitted by Dato' Awang Salahuddin during the parliament session and asked whether ART will limit Malaysia's capability in utilizing the ringgit exchange rate and making foreign investment decisions. His concerns were also extended to whether strategic information can only be disclosed to the US only. Anwar also explained that negotiations with the US only involve specific consultations, while Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) remains independent in determining the country's monetary policy. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim arrived in Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, at 9:10 p.m. Malaysian time for his official visit, marking the beginning of his maiden tour of the African continent and a renewed chapter in Malaysia's engagement with the region. Now, the plane carrying Anwar and the Malaysian delegation landed at the Bole International Airport and was received by Ethiopian Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali, Malaysian Foreign Ministry Secretary-General Datuk Seri Amran Muhammad Zain, and Embassy of Malaysia in Ethiopia, Charze Defea Muhammad Afandi Abu Bakar. Anwar was also welcomed with the national anthem of Ethiopia, March Forward, Dear Mother Ethiopia, and Saya Anak Malaysia song. Anwar, who is also the Finance Minister, is accompanied by the Minister of Investment, Trade and Industry, Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Abdul Aziz, Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Federal Territories, Datuk Seri Zaliha Mustafa, Malaysian government officials, as well as a business delegation. Now, this is a landmark visit as Malaysia is set to intensify engagements with the African continent through the headquarters of the African Union in Addis Ababa. The visit celebrates the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations established in January 1965 and also celebrates the reopening of Malaysia's mission in Addis Ababa on September 23, 2025, after a lapse of 42 years, reaffirming Malaysia's intention to further strengthen close bilateral relations. Now, Malaysia has pledged to continue advancing the International Telecommunication Union's ITU global mandate as the country sets its sights on securing re-election to the Council for the term 2027 to 2030 term. Communications Minister Fahmi Fazil says Malaysia will continue to promote universal and affordable connectivity through collaboration.
Malaysia is pleased to announce its candidature for re-election to the ITU Council for the 2027-2030 term. Our campaign is founded on the belief that a truly equitable future begins with ensuring that everyone is connected, included, and safe in the digital world. Malaysia pledges to continue advancing the ITU's global mandate by, first, promoting universal and affordable connectivity through collaboration. Second, strengthening digital trust and cybersecurity resilience. Third, advancing capacity building and digital skills for all. And fourth, deepening regional and multi-stakeholder cooperation for an inclusive digital economy.
Fahmi says Malaysia is seeking support from all member states for its bid to return to the ITU Council. Delivering Malaysia's statement at the high-level segment of the World Telecommunication Development Conference 2025, he says the theme, universal, meaningful and affordable connectivity for an inclusive and sustainable digital future, aligns with Malaysia's own vision of inclusivity for equitable future. He adds that Malaysia's Partner to Connect commitments advance this vision through programs such as the National Digital Network Plan or JENDELA, the National Information Dissemination Centre NADI, and the Kitar Small Device Recycling Initiative. Hamas rejected the United Nations Security Council UNSC passing a US-drafted resolution endorsing US President Donald Trump's Gaza plan. Spokesperson Hazim Qasim says the resolution fails to meet Palestinians' rights and demands and seeks to impose an international trusteeship on the enclave that Palestinians and resistance factions oppose.
هذا القرار تبنى بالكامل الموقف الإسرائيلي وتغاضى نهائيا عن الموقف الفلسطيني وعن مصلحة شعبنا الفلسطيني هنا في قطاع غزة، وأن نتنياهو لا يريد الاستمرار في اتفاق وقف إطلاق النار، إنما يريد فرض رؤيته على قطاع غزة وعلى المنطقة بأكملها.
On November 17, the UNSC adopted the quote-unquote resolution meant to authorize a multinational security force in Gaza. Israel and the Palestinian militant group Hamas agreed last month to the first phase of Trump's 20-point plan for Gaza, a ceasefire in their 2-year conflict and a hostage release deal. Though the West sees the UN resolution as vital to legitimizing a transitional governance body and reassuring countries that are considering sending troops to Gaza, Israel's continued ceasefire violation has led to skepticism worldwide. Hazem suggests that the conflict can end by simply respecting the ceasefire and allowing aids to be channeled to Palestinians suffering due to injuries, hunger and homelessness.
نؤكد على رفضنا لقرار مجلس الأمن المتعلق بقطاع غزة ومستقبلها لما فيه تجاوز لوحدة النظام السياسي الفلسطيني وتشكيل وصاية جديدة على أهالي القطاع وإيجاد قوات بديلة عن الاحتلال. المطلوب موقف وقرار من مجلس الأمن يتعلق بإنهاء الحرب على قطاع غزة ومن الاحتلال من استئناف هذه الحرب والسماح بإدخال المساعدات وتوفير مسار سياسي يفضي إلى دولة فلسطينية مستقلة.
The text of the resolution says member states can take part in the Trump-chaired Board of Peace and Vision as a transitional authority that will oversee reconstruction and economic recovery of Gaza. It also authorizes the International Stabilization Force, which will ensure a process of demilitarizing Gaza, including by decommissioning weapons and destroying military infrastructure.
Get all the updates you need all in one app. TVS Inspire brings you live updates on events, news and programs, available now on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. TVS Inspire, world on your screen, anytime, anywhere. And those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Yusuf Shukri. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum and good night.